And another response to reaction, we'll call it. We'll just call it a reaction video to Unseen Pompous Prickidity. Yeah, he's a pompous little prick. And I do mean little. So anyway, some sort of closing remark. Interesting. So he has, this is his rules here. Gary, aren't allowed to reply to me until you have. So that's not fascist at all. Gone back, watched and replied to the videos by myself and Matt. Well, I'm not responding to just grotesque, insulting, off-subject bullshit. You want to talk about Jefferson being a rapist? Go talk to it with somebody who gives a fuck. Okay, because I don't. You want to talk about the Holocaust? Go talk about the Holocaust with somebody who gives a fuck, because I don't. So until you stay on subject, alright, fuck you. Anyway. So CJ and Skept. Okay, I haven't seen any video by Skeptical Heretic at all. So Skeptical Heretic apparently wants to be known for being, yes, he is for cigarette bigotry. He is for cigarettes being treated differently under the United States tax code than other vices, based on popularity. He thinks the United States of America should decide what is a popular activity and what is an unpopular activity, and the unpopular activities should be sanctioned so poor people don't have access to them anymore. That's what the Skeptical Heretic believes. He believes it's perfectly legal in America to mistreat minority populations because he's a fucking bigot. And likewise for this CJ cunt. CJ is right on board. He thinks it's perfectly legal what the United States government is doing. It is allowed to persecute under the tax code unpopular activities. That's all they have to be, is unpopular. That's all. Nothing else. Just unpopular. Because we live in Google popularity engine world now. So if you're unpopular, you don't have enough likes and friends on Facebook, you lose. Yeah, you suck. We can kill you. I mean, this is just such a pile of shit. Look up actual, credible, legitimate sources. I went to your sources, asshole, and they found out they weren't legitimate. I found out that Philip Morris is selling cigarettes, apparently, to retailers for less than they claim the production price to be. Isn't that interesting? So what good is your production price when it's a pile of shit? And that's what I've demonstrated to be with your own source to the CDC that pointed out what cigarettes sold for in 1970 with all expenses included and all profits included, which was 20 cents a pack. And they don't cost $1.20 now, so I guess there's something going on. Yeah. And they're, obviously they are selling. Apparently it doesn't cost millions of dollars to shove product into cigarette tubes, because they're selling all kinds of cigarettes for really cheap prices, internationally. Obviously I can't buy them. I can't test any of these sources because, yes, obviously I'd be breaking the law and be a tax evader by your definition. Cite and link to said sources in your reply. I cite the sources. People can do the little googly searches just like I did. Tax-free cigarettes. Go look it up. Yeah. Go see the farce. So anyway. So let's continue.
Hi everyone.
Fuck you.
So, just when I thought I was out, he pulls me back in.
Fuck you.
So Gary made another video this morning or late last night. 25th, so it could be either.
Whatever.
Called, Junk UnseenPerfidy Sucks, Volume 5. Basically, it's the exact same thing as his other ones, where he just repeats stuff that might suck.
That's right. Let's do it. Let's repeat it again. Let's go look at it again. It's fun to look at, isn't it? I find it entertaining. So, cigarettes in 1970 were taxed at 18 cents a pack, which is a horrendous amount. They cost 38 cents to produce with profit. Tons of cigarette advertising in 1970. Cigarette advertising was the #1 advertisements on TV. And they only cost 20 cents for the retailer's profit, the producer's profit, the grower's profit. Now that price is $3.24. Actually, it should be $2.60 minus the Medicare blah blah blah, but it's still way out of proportion to any kind of reasonable inflation. I claim reasonable inflation at 5 times would be $1 a pack. And it does seem that that's generally consistent with the lowest price cigarettes you'll find online are about $9. So you're figuring what the producer's getting 80 cents or 75 cents or 70 cents. So even where my number's looking more and more like that's the real number to produce a pack of cigarettes is 60 friggin' cents. Seems quite obvious. and you haven't done anything to refute any of this information, and you're a cunt. So yeah, go ahead, fatty.
Scat, CJ, Matt, and tons of people in the comments have already...
So you keep saying skept. Tons of people in the comments. Your comments are all just a bunch of crap. Gary sucks. Gary's a meth head. Gary's a blah blah blah. There's no facts in your goddamn comment sections, you fucking retard. Yeah, fuck you. You're an idiot.
And shown to be incorrect. He just keeps repeating it ad nauseum.
Similarly situated shall be taxed similarly. Not exactly the same, but similarly. That's right. You gotta treat people similarly. If you don't, it's called discrimination, bigot. You fucking bigot. Bigot, bigot, bigot. Bigot is a bigot. He's a bigot. He's a bigot. Who's the biggest bigot on the internet? Probably not this fucking asshole, but he's a bigot anyway.
And so to spare you all the pain of, you know, another like hour and a half long video directed at Gary, where I basically have to...
See, he is a bigot because he wants to actively persecute. See, he's not just prejudiced against smokers, he wants to persecute smokers, and he thinks it's okay for the government to persecute smokers.
Eat myself constantly.
Yeah, well, you haven't repeated anything but insults, Flabby. Your last video was just a long 8 minutes of absolute crap. Not one fucking fact in there, just a bunch of fucking accusations about who flagged videos and who did this, who did that. Yeah, just lies, just slander. So you're just a slandering fat bigot.
You know, not going to be responding really in full to his video. All I'm going to...
Who the fuck cares? I didn't want to know you even existed on planet Earth, fuckface. Yeah, but I'm kind of glad you brought the cigarette subject up again. I'm kind of glad because I'm realizing, yeah, somebody's got to talk about this shit, and somebody's got to call a spade because these CJ little cunts won't call a spade. They won't call bigots bigots, and the skeptical heretic is apparently a ballless wonder also. These kind of fuckers are why nothing good can ever fucking happen. Skeptical heretic's a motherfucking cigarette smoker, and he can't even look at those bigots and call them what they are, bigots. Because he's a fucking pussy shit. That's right.
Hey, is Gary.
Bigot.
Again,
bigot.
I have multiple videos up. CJ has multiple videos up.
Yeah, I only dealt with CJ's video, alright? I said right in the video, as loud as I can possibly say, your premise of $2.60 is bullshit. So use the real production price and then talk to me about my 800% number. Because guess what? If you use the real production price of cigarettes, my 800 number is dead on. And even if you use a preposterously exaggerated price, and go all the way up to $1 a pack for the production cost and the retail sale profit. Even if you go all the way up to $1 a pack, which is fucking preposterous in my opinion considering no advertising budget, then my 800% number is still dead the fuck on in the state of New Jersey. So you motherfucker slanders me, this fucking CJ cunt, slanders the fuck out of me because he's a little fucking weasel and he doesn't have the balls to call you assholes what you are. He's a fucking sycophant to you fucking bigots. And I'm supposed to say something like what? Fuck you is what I'm gonna goddamn say. Fuck you sellout motherfucking cunts. You smokers with no goddamn dick.
Napalm has multiple videos up, which you have yet to address or respond.
Napalm is a fucking mongoloid retard. He's a fucking god. He's obviously a throwback. He's obviously half fucking gorilla. The fucking asshole can't make a coherent point. Fuck him. I'm not watching his slobbering, drooling, puking videos. The pig. Disgusting fucking pig.
The actual points of fact in those arguments. So when you...
Yeah, the points of fact are, I don't care, as he just destroys cigarettes for no good fucking reason. Because he's a fucking asshole. So yeah, I've already got his technical argument, which is I don't care, because he doesn't have to work for the fucking money. The fucking weasel.
Have gone back and watched and responded to all of my videos in full, all of CJ's videos in full, and all of Napalm's videos in full.
Oh, whatever. That isn't going to happen in... you could, yeah, forget it. It ain't going to happen. I'm not listening to videos full of insults about how Thomas Jefferson's a rapist and I'm a rape defender. Fuck you. I'm not wasting my time with that bullshit, fuck ass.
Fool. then you have the right to reply to me or to any of us on the subject.
I will reply whenever the fuck I feel like it. I'll respond to bigots on the internet. Ugly, fucking, smelly cunt bigots and their little whores. Little peach whores. yeah, you keep talking about what I look like, bitch. Why don't you talk about what your boyfriend looks like? You fucking skanky fat ass.
Until then, your speaking privileges have been revoked.
Well, whatever.
I'm going to point to the corner.
Look at that. Mo, your speaking privileges have been revoked. See, you really are a fucking internet Nazi. You don't even want the corporations to silence us. You're going to tell people they have to shut up. They can't talk on the internet. Fuck you.
And treat you like the child you are until you go sit in the corner, put on your dunce cap, and let the rest of us...
I'll treat you like the freedom-hating Muslim that you are. Hey, fuck you, Muslim towelhead motherfucker. Take your fucking Muslim philosophy and shove it, buddy. Yeah, we don't want your kind here, fucker.
Get on with the lesson. Because, you are acting like a child. You're refusing to actually engage in discussion, and you're just basically sitting there...
Right. Your last video was 8 minutes of slanderous lies. Lies you can't prove. You're just a slandering liar.
Screaming and screaming at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, like Matt doesn't do that ever, right? He doesn't slobber at the top of his drool, does he? No, he doesn't drool all over his keyboard. No.
And throwing a temper tantrum. When you've calmed down... and grown up a bit, then you're welcome to rejoin.
Fuck you, bigot. Fuck you, bigot. Bigot, bigot, bigot. Bigot, bigot, bigot. Bigot, bigot, bigot.
Discussion. When you do rejoin the discussion, or if you choose,
Bigot. No, I'll rejoin it right now. I'll keep rejoining it. 20 cents a pack in 1970 for all profit, all advertising, all everything, all transportation, everything, 20 fucking cents. How come 324? How come? How come 1,500% inflation just on cigarettes? Oh, that's right, because that's not the truth.
To stop crying and rejoin the discussion.
There's nothing to discuss. You're a fucking bigot. Clearly, you support the persecution of minority vices. Vices should be persecuted because only minorities are doing it, and therefore they have no political rights, and therefore they should be exploited. Because that's the way America is. America is the land of the bigot. Got it. I got it.
There will be a few more conditions. You're going to have to actually provide links to actual credible sources.
Where are the credible sources, shithead? Where are they? I asked for somebody to post links to the credible sources. Nobody posted any links. So I guess there are no credible sources. I think the credible source I went to was the CDC website, and it has the factual information of what it cost to sell a cigarette in America in 1970, and we have no explanation for why it costs 1,500% more now.
Primary one. Not an answers at Yahoo page, not an ask.com page, not a link that doesn't...
Well, a link to Philip Morris lying isn't much of a link either, right? Because quite obviously it doesn't cost them $2.60 to produce a cigarette, because they're selling cartons right now to distributors internationally where they're selling the carton for $14 with free shipping. So quite obviously they're selling the product to these other distributors at a much lower price somehow. So I guess they're fucking lying, right? They didn't give us the minimum price they sell them for, and then the maximum price they sell them for, did they? No, they didn't. So what the fuck, buddy? Did they have to tell the truth in that stupid thing? It had footnote markers with no footnotes. What do you think that means?
Exist. You're actually going to need to cite evidence, cite sources, and respond.
Okay, I have cited the evidence. I went to your own fucking CDC website. Let's do it again. Average cost per pack was 38 cents, 20 cents of which was the production cost, profit, distribution, and advertising budget was paid for out of this 20 cents. Now they're claiming it cost $3.24. which is 1,500% inflation, which is a pile of shit. At 500% inflation, this number would be $1, which would mean at $8 a pack for Winston, $1, 800% increase in the price of cigarettes caused by government intervention. Quite obviously, and it's probably more than that because I think the actual price is 60 cents. But whatever.
The sources and evidence that we bring up, because you have yet to do that.
I went to your websites. So that's a lie, right? Yeah, you just lied. Okay, cool. You just lied. Cool.
So when you make a claim like inflation should only be 500%, you need to evidence that with something.
How can I possibly evidence? I don't have access to Philip Morris's books, do I? I'm accessing it by deduction, okay? Let's go look at the videotape. Let's go back to the old websites again. Let's go see here. We'll do the... Oh, do I still have it here? Dun, 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 dun. Cigarette excise. There's the website. $2.60 it says. Trade revenues it calls it. Is that the truth? Do they always sell cartons for $2.60 a pack? Is that the truth? I don't think it's the truth. I think it's a preposterous lie. Yeah. So what are we going to do about that? Yeah, I don't have the Google page still loaded. But whatever, it doesn't matter. Just look up, just Google tax-free cigarettes, or even duty-free, and you'll see that there's lots of stuff out there, and it's dirt cheap. And obviously, we can't in America buy it though, because the tax man will come and get us.
Things like that. When you quote the production cost per cigarette, you need to actually cite your sources on that. When you claim...
I don't have to do any of this shit. What is a fact? What is an undeniable fact, even conceded with your highest tax figures, okay, is the fact that cigarettes are taxed higher than other commensurately socially destructive vices like fattening food and alcohol. So that's a fact. And that's the fact that that's illegal. The fact that they're not allowed to use the tax code to discriminate is a fact, and it's clearly just discrimination against a minority because the minority doesn't have political clout. And the reason why the other vices are not similarly situated and similarly treated is because of majority status. So it's all about popularity, it's all about bigotry. That's the definition of bigotry, fuckhead.
That all the difference past the just monetary inflation is government intervention. You have to provide evidence for that.
Well, I don't have to provide it. I've already provided the reverse engineered evidence, okay? There's lots of other smoking products out there that are put in paper packs, okay, of 20 cigarettes, and they're sold for substantially less than what Philip Morris is claiming to be their production cost. So you explain that. I don't have to explain that. I think it points to the obvious truth. The production cost is anywhere near $2.60. It's actually 60 fucking cents.
You can't just assert it. So when you're ready...
I didn't just assert it. So once again, I mean, it's not that hard to reverse engineer these numbers. And it's a fact. This, you want to go to the comments section, go to the comments section of my own video, and people are talking about they only pay $1.20 for their pack of cigars. 20 cigars in a paper pack with filters attached. How come they can buy those, and the biggest producer, the second biggest producer it's the biggest producer of cigarette products, somehow can't compete with them? Yeah, I don't think so. So,
and willing to do all of these things, then you have the right to address me again.
I don't need to address you again. You're the one who has slandered my character repeatedly. You're the one who has attempted to malign me and degrade me and insult me in all manner and different ways because I claim there to be an 800% government interference tax on cigarettes. I've been demonstrated to be accurate in that figure, and I've also been, you have not demonstrated that I am not correct, that you're not supposed to be using the tax code as a discriminatory weapon. It is not the majority's right to use the tax code to discriminate, and that's the truth, and that's Supreme Court legal precedent, and they won't allow due process, and therefore we have no due process rights. We have no right to our constitutional American rights. rights because they have imposed an illegal law and they will not allow you to fight it.
Until then, you forfeited that right, and shoot, run along, little boy, run along.
Run along, bigot. Get the fuck out of America, bigot. We don't need your kind here, you bigot. Get out of here, you fucking bigot.
To the rest of you, I hope you have a nice, what is this?
I hope you get exactly what you deserve. I hope you get the bigotry and the discrimination and the harassment and the lying, slanderous motherfucking cunt behavior you exactly deserve. I hope you get exactly what you deserve. I hope you get exactly the equal amount of integrity and honesty that you fucking put out into the world because you're a dishonest motherfucking cunt of a bigot.
Wednesday.
Who cares?
Wednesday or something.
Who the fuck on YouTube could possibly care? You think anybody on YouTube gives a fuck what day it is? I don't think they do.
So yeah, later I'm gonna go have some coffee.
Whatever. Who the hell cares? Have some bigot coffee, right? Yeah, you bigot. Bigot, 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 bigot. It's all bigots. All these bigot supporters. Oh, look at that. This guy's totally retarded. I'll go to his website and play some of his retarded... I mean, he's just entirely retarded. So, yeah. You're doing really good. Retards and sock accounts, no doubt. Probably sock accounts. Yeah, probably. His best friends are his multiple personalities. Anyway... So yeah, so CJ guy and Skeptical Heretic guy, you're all on board with this crap, right? He can use your name to make these vacuous arguments, huh? You don't mind being lumped right in there as a supporter of the lying bigot. The lying bigot. The lying bigot. Cool. Good enough. Done my job. Oh, look at that. He put tags in this video for a change. In Mendham, Gary. Well, Gary seems like a really stupid tag. But in Mendham won't work. Yeah, you have to put it in the title. But you put a period on it. I don't know. Periods might not work. We'll have to see if it comes up. Let's see if it's in the search results. Period might throw it right the fuck off. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, no, there it is, right on the top. Period. So periods are okay. And dashes are okay, but colons are not. So you can't use a colon without putting a space in there. Hey, wait a minute. This one's got a colon. So the colon worked here. Strange, because there was some other video that had a colon in it and didn't show up. Oh man, YouTube just sucks. Amazing though. No in Mendham videos. Right? No in Mendham videos. I mean, it's just amazing. None of my videos are, even though they're all tagged and they all have inmendham.com in the description, none of them show up on a search for in Mendham. Yay, Google. Google. Indexing the internet for America in the American way. The American way to index. Yeah. Ignore keywords. Yeah, ignore the tags. Yeah, that's great. Just fucking great. So what are the tags for? I mean, if the tags aren't going to be indexed in the search, what the fuck are they for? I mean, they're invisible and they're not indexed. So what are they for? Oh, that's right, they're for absolutely nothing. Great, that's just super. The description, don't bother if it has any keywords in it because that's irrelevant too.